behind the tree.
Oh, this is a crocodile.
This is on the left.
Yeah.
What's on the left?
Crocodile.
Oh, crocodile.
Hi.
Do we have crocodile?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, hello.
Hello.
It's just swimming under the trees there.
Oh.
Awesome. Good spotting, guys. Look at that saltwater crocodile. Don't worry, I am reversing. It just takes a little while.
Wow.
The crocodile is known as ginga in the local language. There he is. That's a nice ginga. This croc's, I would say, about 2.5 meters, close to 3 meters. It's a pretty average size for a crocodile. Could be male, could be female. At this size, I can't tell. A female won't get much bigger than this. However, a male can get up to 5 or 6 meters. Now that's roughly half the length of this boat, is how big those bull crocs can get. The bumps on a crocodile back is called osteoderm. Osteo means bone, derm means skin. It's just little bits of bone protruding up under the skin. They act like solar panels, essentially heating that crocodile up. Because they are cold-blooded creatures, they need to regulate their body temperature through the environment. Getting up on the bank and resting in the sun to heat up and getting in the water to cool down. So at the moment, it is very hot, so a lot of them are just in the water. They can slow their heart rate down and hold their breath for up to 9 hours, just resting on the bottom of the river where it's nice and cool.
Want to sit here? Stand here?
No, I'm good. I can look over, thanks.
It's your crocodile, you saw it first.
Yeah. You saw it first.
This crocodile is really quite dark in colour. Sometimes they'll be a little bit lighter, but that's because this croc has probably spent most of its life here, and the skin of the croc has become a little bit stained by those tannins from the melaleuca trees. So you can tell a croc, if a croc has been living in this kind of freshwater melaleuca environment just by the colour of its skin. If we do see any paler crocodiles that are a bit more yellowish, they've probably come from the saltwater. Crocs have incredible vibration and hearing senses. They can feel and hear things from kilometers away. This croc probably knew we were coming from the moment we left the dock. And a crocodile is always going to notice you before you notice them. Every time. They're silent, they're stealthy. They're known as ambush predators, so often they're going to sit and watch their prey for several days before they actually strike. They're lulling an animal into a false sense of security, waiting 3 or 4 days before they grab them, drag them under, do the death roll to drown their prey. They have very small stomachs, they can't eat a lot at once. So if they do catch a big prey, they'll often stash it underwater, come back for it later. A crocodile can actually survive an entire year without eating. Now, a croc that's gone a year without eating will not be a happy crocodile, but it will be alive. But they do eat every day if they can. You can see he's eyeing off the ducks. Here come a couple of geese. Now those ducks would be very aware of that crocodile. A crocodile will eat ducks. However, it's not their favourite meal. I think the ducks know that. So the ducks are cautious, but they're not too worried. A crocodile will generally prefer to eat a nice juicy barramundi or even a turtle. The crocs have very strong stomach acids that can break down bones and turtle shells very easily. However, they cannot break down feathers or fur. So it's not the most pleasant experience for them to eat birds. However, they can and they will eat anything that moves, really. Yep, those ducks are gonna move out of the way. Oh, he's crawling up onto the bank. Look at that. And off the ducks go. The triangular scales on the tail are called scutes. The scutes are what allow the crocodile to swim and glide along the surface without making a sound or a ripple. They're fed chicken, however wild crocodiles tend to eat a bit more fish, so they might be a bit more fishy. The flavour of the crocodile really just depends on that crocodile's diet. Some people say it tastes like fish, some maybe more like pork as well. Sort of a weird mixture of... Got movement again? Hello, Ginga is going to reposition. Get its best angle. No. Not unless you want to volunteer yourself as bait. Yeah. No, we don't feed the crocodiles. We don't really want the crocs to associate our boats with food because they'll start getting aggressive. So everything we do here is completely just natural observation. We don't interfere. Crocs have one of the strongest bite forces in the animal kingdom. They have a crushing power of over 3,000 psi, which out of context might not really mean anything to you. But to put into context, humans bite at a crushing force of roughly 150. Crocodile bites at 3,000. It's all in the immense force of the jaws. In fact, they have very loose set teeth, so when they catch their prey, quite often the teeth will just fall out in the process. But that tooth will just grow back. Each tooth can grow back up to 50 times throughout its life. They just keep growing, keep growing. They can go through 3,000 teeth in one lifetime. Until eventually they get a bit old, they stop growing teeth, and at that point they either have to learn to eat without their teeth. Oh, what are you up to now? There we go! That's the money shot, isn't it? I was talking about the teeth, so I had to show them off. Eventually, yeah, they'll get to an age where they can't grow teeth anymore.
Whoa.
What do you reckon? Can you see from the front there? Is it a croc?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, awesome. We got two at once. It's behind the crocodile in between the two trees. You can just see like the bumpy texture in the water. If you walk up the front, you probably will be able to see it. What's a behaviour called gaping, really? It's the same as a dog panting. They're just opening up their mouth of this crocodile, maybe about 3 meters away. Mostly they've just been in the water simply because there hasn't really been anywhere for them to sit. But also it's been too hot for them to sit up on the banks, but we just got lucky today. Well, they'll figure it out. No, I did radio them, so they might come check it out. You've got a lot of crocodiles in a very small area. Sometimes they can fight. Often they still don't fight because there's just so much food here. They don't really have a reason to fight. There's plenty of resources to go around. But it's not till later in the dry season. You know, the water's drying up, the heat and humidity are building, and they come into breeding season. It can be quite morbid. And yeah, they don't hesitate to eat little baby crocodiles either. No regard for their own kind.
Oh, that's one.
Oh, we got another crocodile. Good spotting at the front there, folks. I might have driven right past that one.
Small one.
We have a little one compared to the ones we've seen, but still good to see nonetheless. I'll stay small. But crocs do have a pretty similar lifespan to humans, so a very, very healthy crocodile could live up to 100 years. The age for certain involves getting a cross-section of the bone. They actually have life rings similar to a tree.
Oh, the other again.
Ah, nice. Another crocodile. Thanks for pointing that out. Just straight ahead of us. Yeah, another big one. Sometimes it's hit and miss, you know. The last cruise I didn't see one till just as I'm coming into the dock, so you never know. Got some beautiful reflections of this time of day as well. That mirror image there. Another big boy here. Oh, we've been really lucky with the crocodiles today.
Oh,
Alright, he's gonna go backstage now.
Thank you.
good.
Very nice, Jess.
Thanks for coming. See you later.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bobo.
Bobo.
Oh, 8. Which one?
6. I saw 8.
Okay.
Yo. This is for me.
What?
This is for me. Hi.
Oh.
Hi guys.
How many crocodiles is here?
I think about 8 crocodiles.
8.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, we saw a bigger one. Was about almost 5 meters.
5
I think.
meters?
Quite very big. Also saw swans as well. It was very, very nice. Please come here.
Okay, thank you, bro. Nice adventure. We see. I only seen 6 crocodile, but my other fellows see 9, so it's okay. That's there's so many, but I took the video. All the crocodile that I see. So really nice adventure today's Yellow River cruise. Really good. When you come to Crocodile National Parks, so don't miss to serve your seat on the cruise. So watch another adventure. Thank you.